I even get to roll into frame.
That was pleasant.
That's half the reason why I've set up this entire room this way.
Is so that you can roll into frame.
So I can just like roll away from the computer all the way over here.
That's nice. That's a special thing for you.
It's the little pleasures in life that...
it's the little things that really count.
Yeah, you know, just make your day.
You're right.
Like shuffling this pile of horrible, horrible genies.
Well, I don't know if that should...
I guess they're not horrible, because they're good for you. They're just like... None of these are like the, like, Robin Williams, rest in peace.
I think you're right.
Genie. They're all like, these people... I wouldn't want to wish from these.
I don't want anything to do with these people.
I feel like they'd be very, they're very like the monkey paw-esque kind of gins, where it's just like, I would like, what is it? There's a Geico commercial or something like that running around. It's like, I'd like $1 million, and it's just like, here's all these deer.
Yeah.
So you got to be specific when you're making your wishes.
You really, really do.
Just like D&D.
Just like it's the same. It's the same principle, really. Win fantasy.
The dungeon master wants to screw up my wish.
Don't just casually say things.
Djinns want to screw up my wish.
To genies.
How many djinns do we flip over for a 2-player game?
Because we're playing 5 tribes.
Oh, we got that one.
So we're the Escapist. I'm John Bolding. This is
don't
Justin
tell him
Klaus.
that.
What?
No.
Don't tell him that?
Yeah, I don't know.
We're secret people from another dimension, and we're about to play a board game.
Hey, everybody.
Called 5 Tribes, which is the new game from Days of Wonder, who release one game every year. Just the one.
Just one.
Just one.
Seems like a good
has to be good enough
model.
to make it's a business model.
Is a business model?
Yeah. It seems
you just
to
work on one thing really well.
Since everyone seems to love their games. And we're gonna put 3 meeples on every single one of these tiles.
All of the meeples.
5 Tribes is like a Moncala-esque game of claiming territories by removing everything from them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's a good description.
I'm just eagerly awaiting you to drop 3 of the same color on one of these tiles.
You know, I think the probability is really low.
It could happen.
I think the probability there is really low.
As you guys watch, you'll find out that matching guys becomes a major point.
It is a major component.
Part of this.
I'm about to be at the extent of my reach, and then you're going to take over.
I'm glad to see the chat is already making 5 Tribes jokes. It's like 2 Tribes, but less 80s. I've been making like.
Here's the real question:
4 tribes aren't enough.
Do you think
6 tribes would be too many?
Do you think one of the 5 tribes is a tribe called Quest?
Is a tribe called Quest?
That's the real question.
I am not. I'm failing to get this reference.
A tribe called Quest. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. It is an 80s hip hop and R&B group.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. They are in fact a tribe called Quest.
I grew up in a very like fundamental household. So like music like during my informative years was kind of limited.
That's a sad thing.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
You are older than me, and I had the internet to learn music from, which was both a terrible and wondrous thing.
Oh, the internet.
Thank you, internet.
When Winamp was
yes.
still your music player of choice.
It was in fact my music player of choice. I was actually
I dropped one.
What they shut it down earlier this year. The great free music player. I can't remember the name of it. But it was like a Winamp derivative that was really great. That existed for a long time.
And now
doesn't.
Now just everybody uses iTunes
which is horrible. It's so incredibly system intensive. What is this, Justin? I thought you said you were going to drop 3 of the same color.
I tried, but then I failed.
You were terrible.
I couldn't even cheat with the
you
remaining ones.
Couldn't even cheat. You've done so well at randomizing, you can't even cheat.
I think you're right. The statistical probability
is
of
very low
of it coming out. Oh well. These guys are all gonna.
They're
gonna sit on top of each other.
Bizarrely, that's a nice tower. I like that. Now put all the player markers in the bag.
All right.
Goes in the bag. So, in 5 Tribes, we are going to try and score points to win the game. Everything is points.
Everything is points.
Everything is
it's
points.
a very Euro game in that regard.
It's a very points-based point game with points.
Am I just filling up this track as well?
Yeah, you just fill that at random from 1 to 4.
I'm first.
I'm
You're
second. I'm probably also. I hope I'm third too.
Third.
That'd be really fun.
Ah,
I am third.
and I'm gonna be fourth.
You're fourth.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Yeah, you're gonna find out about this in a second. But not only do you have a turn order, but you also bid for your turn order.
That's bid order.
Yes.
Next is turn
order,
which we bid for.
And yeah, you bid with your points, which points
Is a thing. Points. Do the thing. Win the points. So Justin, I think you should.
So John,
do the thing.
all right, I'm starting out.
I think we'll just explain as we go. That's probably the best way to do this.
So the first order of action is we're going to bid in order, and so I am first. So let's see. This game changes a lot with only 2 people because you now have 2 bids.
You do
to consider,
and you also have the really scary potential that someone could go twice in a row.
Yes.
Oh
yeah,
really
and you
scary.
like set up yourself for like a really nasty turn.
Turns. So I'm really interested in what this is going to be like.
All right. Well, I found like 5 was like kind of a good. I don't know where I'm throwing my money. I'm just
you're just throwing
casually
you're
like
just
tossing it
throwing your
across the
money.
table. So I'm gonna go with 5.
I have the whole bank. That five gold coin is gone forever. I can't reach it.
It's too
Goodbye.
far.
I miss you.
So it's back to you then.
You're bidding at 5. Okay, so well,
I like 5 because 5 is nice and in the middle, so it forces you to have to bid more if you really want to go first, or I get to kind of like feel out.
I'll make you make a choice, and I'll bid 3. So if you move me to 3,
3.
so now you have to decide whether to go last.
I'll go ahead and pay
or not.
and pay the 1.
Pay the 1. Okay.
Oh no, it's you again.
It is me again.
We did get that.
Oh, so I can just take the 1.
Yeah, if you want to pay 1.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna pay 1.
All right, then I'll pay 0
and get to go twice in a row. And then you're gonna take a 0 spot. There are 3 0 spots in the end.
And then the way the zeros work is if somebody else bids 0, they push your token down the line.
Further back, right?
Yes.
Great. Okay, it's you first.
I'm first.
So the first thing you'll do is you'll take your turn marker and it goes back to the.
Have we agreed which is first and which is 9th in the?
This is first.
Okay.
Closer to the deck is
just wanted
last.
So I could be getting a bunch of slaves and gold, but gold is super valuable.
You don't want gold.
No, not at all. I got so many
gold.
points getting the market last time.
That's true.
So the way 5 Tribes works, what I'm going to be looking for is I'm going to pick up all the guys on one of these tiles.
Yep.
And I'm going to drop 1 on each tile until I'm left with 1. And then I have to land somewhere where I can make a match. And then I pick up those things, and there's a couple actions based on the tile and then what I'm picking up. So we're trying to decide what our strategy is going to be. Although a lot of times just like making moves this early is the easiest thing to do. Because there's just like crippling indecision. Like, I don't really know. Let us... We'll go ahead and see if... I want to grab some green, but maybe grab it in a spot where I don't give you a bunch of points for it.
No, you want to give me points.
No.
Yes, you do.
See, that's the problem is like you...
Anything you do is going to give the other person points.
Yeah.
No matter what you do.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right. Well, let's just go ahead and do... we'll make this one here. So we're going to grab that little dude, that dude, these guys.
So now that you've dropped the rule of dropping the colors is the last little guy you drop has to match at least one other guy on that tile, and then you pick up all the guys of that little color, and they do something based on what color they are. So green is merchants.
And so merchants are, put your merchants in the bag and draw as many resource cards at start of the line. So I'm going to draw these 3.
Takes the first 3.
Which are some slaves and
2
some gold.
slaves and a gold.
And slaves are kind of like wild cards in this game. You use them for like a bunch of little like miscellaneous actions.
Yeah, you definitely do that.
And then the resources are valuable. You're trying to get unique pairs of resources, and the more pairs you have, the more points you kind of score at the end.
Right.
And then because I landed here, we're going to put a little palm tree.
Every tile has an action. This is an oasis, so it gets a little palm tree and becomes more valuable to the person who eventually claims it.
Indeed. And then, so that's it for me. You go back over here, and then it goes to you. So now you can set yourself up for a nice little
I've got
2 for turn, or you can just
serious
like take control of this here.
I've got a pretty good idea, I think. So I'm just gonna go for it. Right? Why not? All right, I'm gonna drop this. Pick up this tile. Drop this red. Drop this white, and then drop this yellow. That yellow matches this guy. So little yellow guys are viziers. They're worth points at the end of the game. And because I removed all the people from that tile, I get to put down a little camel.
You can also assassinate
Which means
them.
I control it. You can also assassinate the viziers if you're a jerk.
Which we found out would actually be really important based on there's tons of scoring at the end of this game.
There is a lot of scoring.
Almost a crippling amount.
There's a lot of math.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of people or heard some people say that like there's different ways to try to approach this game. Like this game's actually very hard. It could almost be frustrating for some people if you're like really into like trying to figure out like the exact perfect move and how to like block your opponents, just because there's so much happening.
Right.
And there's so many different little ways to score points. Like in the last game we played, I just like personally thought like, oh, I'm clearly in last place, and like I ended up just like in second. And
You did, yeah. That was kind of a surprising. There was a lot of potential for surprising turnarounds,
Yeah.
I guess. I maybe should have done an assassination there, but now it's too late.
kill him. All right, so you're done.
So I'm
with
going to
that
pick
one.
up this. Yeah, so I've got another turn right now. I'm going to pick up all these guys, and I'm going to drop, let's see, blue, red, red, white. And this is 4 whites on this tile, so those all come to me, and those are elders. And that tile's action is...
You can spend 3 gold, and then you can buy one of the first 3 resources.
Which I'm going to do. I'm going to spend 3 gold right now.
I bet I know which one you're
And I'm
going
going
to
to buy these silks.
Who would have thought? All right.
And it's back to Justin.
Well, back to my last action. So I'm at a decision point here. I could set myself up for some interesting shenanigans potentially next turn.
Yeah, you do have the chance here to take 2 in a row if you wanted to.
I could potentially take 3 in a row if I really wanted to pay
Through the nose for it.
through for it.
But if I saw you wanted to take 3 in a row, I
you might
try and
pay
block
the
you,
12
yeah,
just to
be a jerk.
That's the fun part of this game is like the bidding is its own little thing. We actually didn't get into it too much last time when it was just you, me, and Tito.
Yeah, there's a certain...
Well, I think what it really was, it was like Tito was kind of the upset because he really valued the gold as points.
Right.
And so like he never wanted to bid anything. And so we never really got into very many bidding wars because I was really, really willing to like spend my points to go first.
Right.
And Tito didn't want to spend his points at all. And so you were just kind of like, well, every now and then I'll throw a couple gold coins in there and, secure second away from Tito.
I would kind of vacillate.
So let us do...
That's red, white, and blue. It's America.
America. So we want to do this guy here.
Oh.
That guy there. These guys here.
All right.
All these
Take
guys
3.
up. And then
do it.
Yeah, we're gonna.
So that's a sacred ground. The tile he just landed on top as an action, which means that he can spend 2 of his little white guys he's accumulated, his elders, to buy a gin, and those give you special powers.
Let's go ahead.
No.
We're gonna try this one.
No. I wanted that one.
I'm gonna bank on the fact that. So
there are a lot of camels to go around.
If you can see this, there's a bunch of
There you go.
Images that don't necessarily make it super helpful as to what it is, but luckily they have all this stuff on the back. But basically what that Jin does is her special ability
Giant
is
monster. Look at her. She's so terrifying. I wish I understood.
She does. She looks like she's about to like eat that boat.
She is about to eat that boat. She's not screwing
It's like
around.
that poor dude. It's just like, nope.
So you can see at the end of the game she's worth 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then her ability is whenever you drop a little guy on a tile that you have a camel on, so you control it, you get a coin. And whenever someone else drops a little guy on a tile you control, you get 2 coins.
All right.
And you have a lot of camels in an 11.
Indeed. So I'm kind of banking on that perhaps paying off in the long run. So these 2 go back to the bag, which I can't reach because it's a little far away.
That sounds really terrible for
I'm going to
you.
just like throw them across the table if you don't
them.
like bring that over there.
I'm going to put the bag here between us.
So this goes back to here, and then we're back to the end of the round unless you want to sell any of your stuff. You can You can sell your 1 gold for 1 gold coin. I highly advise it as your financial advisor.
No one trusts you. Okay. All right.
Good. So then we're back here. We'll stick with our 5 again.
Oh, we need more.
Oh, yes. So that refills. We also get
a new gin.
Oh, God. What does that one do?
It looks really cool.
There's a billion little pictures on it. What's his name? Sibidus? Draw the top 3 gin from the top of the gin pile. Keep 1, discard the other 2. Oh, wow. So you can just like fuel yourself into...
He's a gin producer.
Back to the bank.
All right.
So I spent my 5. Oops. I'm just going to knock all of yours over. That's how I'm going to win this game.
Okay. Well, that would be cheating. So... Thankfully, since this is a Days of Wonder product, there's really good reminder cards. Even though the game is complicated, there's just a whole little board for each player that tells you how everything works.
What do I do?
Yeah, how you do stuff.
Here you go, chat. You can see this.
Just got all the little information you might want right in front of you, which makes your life way easier.
Perhaps more importantly, what do all these gin do?
What do the gins do? And that's the full rules for every single one of them, which is the really nice part.
All right, John, you need to make a decision.
I don't know when I want to go. You know what? I am going to bank on the idea that you've got something you really want to do.
You would think that. That would mean that I planned ahead.
Yes.
It may be a complete fake out in order to get you to spend more points this round.
Well,
that's maybe what I want you to think.
All right. No Princess Bride. we don't need that. We don't need that here.
It's okay. I've been taking the antidote this entire time.
But what we do need is to spend 8 to go before Justin.
8. All right.
Now, here's the question. Does Justin want to go before me enough to spend 12 or 18, which is so many points to give up?
I am actually going to...
If you're not sure...
I'm going to spend 12.
Wow, okay. So Justin, at this point, must be pretty sure that he can...
Oh, no, it's you again. Sorry.
Oh, we're
doing that slightly out of order.
Right. Well, I
didn't want to spend 12.
I intend to spend 0 on my second, so...
Okay.
Out of perfect honesty, that was
all
my
right.
entire
So you're
plan.
at 0. I am in that case. All I really wanted to do was break up you going twice in a row. So I will spend my 1.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. 1 to go twice in a row yourself. Okay.
Yes.
Sounds good. Now.
That does seem very, very strong.
It is. It's really nice. It's really nice to go twice in a row.
And so this is part of the... I wouldn't necessarily call it an issue, but where I think some people may run into like a decision-making problem in this in this game is because it's very hard to plan your turns ahead because so many things happen
on someone else's turn.
Before your turn really occurs. It's like the bidding might change, and so like you may not go in the order you want to. Other people are going to go before you and then screw up the board.
Yeah.
And so you kind of like get hit with this like, okay, now it's my turn. Now I need to make, a decision.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's why I think like the shut up and sit down guys are just like, you know what you really should do is just like make a turn.
Just
like,
do it. Yeah.
Just go.
Just do whatever you need to do to play the game.
And I think that recommendation helps if you're the kind of gamer that likes to think really far ahead and try to be really strategic. This game is almost impossible to play that way.
Yeah, you cannot predict other players' moves because they are thinking about something completely different from you. I guarantee it.
I think the way that you really have to be strategic in this game is not leave good spots open.
Right.
It's like, oh, you know, I was trying to look for a spot where, you know, all right, I was going to leave one guy there because I wanted to pick up 3 green, but I didn't necessarily want to give you like a whole bunch of points for landing in that spot.
Yeah.
Where you going to go, John?
I can't really decide. All right, so I'm going to narrate what I'm doing because I have a goal, right? So I definitely want to buy that gin that lets you buy other gins. That seems really fun, right?
Well, you certainly have the viziers for it. You just have to land on any space that.
So I've got to go to one of the sacred places. So I have to go here. Well,
you can't get to that 12.
And I can't go here, right? Because there's nothing there to end on. And you always have to match the last guy you drop with a color of one that's already on it. So I'm really attracted to this builder tile, right? It's got 4 builders on it already. So it's going to be a ton of points. Which that's probably the obvious choice. I think so. I'm just reluctant to leave this great tile right here for Justin. Not only that, but I'll be leaving that other tile immediately next to it with only a single white on it. But
I don't know.
And that's
I guess it basically depends on whether or not you think furthering your plans is better than stabbing someone else.
That's true. Yeah.
We actually got into this in the other game too. Was like
some 25 points for you that I don't really want to give up because you got 2 turns in a row. So you're totally just going to do that, right? There's no better option on the board. But I'm going to do it. I think so. All right. So I'm going to take this far stack. White, green, blue. So I'm going to pick up 4 blues off that tile. And blues are builders, and so they are worth the number of builders multiplied by the number of blue number tiles around the tile you pick them up off of. So there's 5 there, and that's 4 guys.
And are we sure that diagonal tiles count?
They do.
It's just want to make
surrounding.
Sure. And they all go to the bag, right?
They all go to the bag.
So you picked up 4.
And I wish I had a slave to get. I should have taken that slave a long time ago because that's another 5 points, but I didn't do it. Okay, so that was 20 points.
Indeed.
Ooh, that's a lot of points.
5 tiles.
Hell of a lot of points.
All right, so that's you.
And then I'm going to spend 2 elders to buy Sibius, or whatever his name is, the djinn.
He definitely doesn't look like he's
not up to anything.
He's he's not your friend. I don't know.
Yeah, he really isn't your friend. And because I bought him, I can immediately use his ability.
Yep.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend 2 more elders.
And then it's 3, right?
And yeah, so I take the top 3.
Do you have to reveal them?
I think I see them. I don't know if you see them. Let's check the text.
Just says draw the top 3.
Keep 1, discard the 2 others. So presumably I draw them, and then you'll get to see whatever I end up discarding. Ooh. I'm a fan of all of these.
All right. So John's going to be on the djinn plan. We just on like board control then? Maybe?
All right. I'm going to take Nakir.
Oh, good.
Who's terrifying.
Assassin dude.
Nakir gives me 2 gold coins every time Justin assassinates something, and 1 gold coin if I assassinate something.
That's not very nice.
Which very much disincentivizes Justin from assassinating stuff.
But they're assassins. That's what they're supposed to do.
Well, that's not my problem.
Look, you are running them out of their valuable job experience. All right, let's Yep, I think we're doing that then. All right. So we're going to pick these guys up. Okay, there. Okay, there. I think we have to.
All right. It's pretty smart.
And we're going to put
it's a lot of points.
The pink murder camels.
Yes.
And so I got 2.
You've got them. You could buy either of the gins that are out there right now if you want to.
I'm going to buy that guy all the way.
Hudger.
The one that gives me more points for
Oases, palm trees. Yeah.
So you go in the bag. And then our next turn is up. And
oh, I did a thing to you, didn't I?
what?
Oh, maybe not. I think I might have kept you from being able to finish that yellow space.
There's probably some move that makes it. Move. 1, 2. That's got 5. 1, 2, 3. This is unfortunately part of the crippling decision of this game.
I see the move. I can tell you what it is if you want to know.
No. That's fine.
Okay.
I may not even necessarily make that one. The 15 was definitely worth it, but
yeah, the 15 was a great single turn. So I had to. I gave up a 20. I took a 20-point move, but gave you an easy 15 in response.
Yeah. I think we're going to. What is that? Well, that's palaces. Okay, that's good then. Let's go. Blue.
I have no idea what you're doing. Oh, okay. So you're going to take 3 merchants.
Yep. So we'll take the first 3.
First 3, which is a wheat, a slave, and a fish.
And then we're going to spend 3.
And you're going to spend 3 to take one of the first 3?
Yes.
Which is pottery and slaves right now. So it's pottery or slave, your call.
I need to consult my hand. Which one do I not have? Let's go ahead and buy that pottery.
Okay. Market's getting a little depleted.
I'm going to continue to splash the pot. All right. That is my second turn.
I'm not sure what the best choice for me is right now.
You did discard this guy, though. He's really good for me last time.
He was really good for you last time.
Me convert slaves into wild card resources at the end.
Money.
Which got me a bunch of points.
Very attractive.
All right, I should look how merit works again. Each time a meeple is dropped. Oh, it's just whenever one is dropped.
On one you control, yeah.
I need to get some more. I need to get some more pink camels on the board.
Yeah, you do. You definitely want to get pink camels on the board, and soon, if you can.
No, I mean the game. So the game goes on until either somebody uses up all their camels, or there are just no more available moves.
Yeah, no legal moves left
on the board.
Which we might get to sooner than you'd think.
It's possible. I want to start assassinating dudes, but I don't want to be giving you monies.
No, you don't want to give me money. Except you totally do.
Points.
Give me money. It's the best.
Look, you've had an entire turn to plan. Let's go.
I've got no idea what to do.
Probably did not make a move that you really thought I was going to.
You didn't, so now I don't really know. I'm not just not sure what a good choice is. I'm going to narrate again. I know I want to buy something. Like, I know I want to buy because this ivory is really valuable, right, in terms of matching goods. So it feels like a good idea to just, start to get some matches and do a little bit of that. But I'm on this train with this gin where I can just get more gin really easily. So it's really tempting to just do anything that gets me elders so
gin
I can
trade.
Just turn them into money. or turn them into special powers that just I can.
Special powers are just they're worth they're still worth points at the end of the game.
Yeah, the djinns themselves are worth points, and then the special powers are just gonna help you do everything else you've ever wanted as you play. But I'm just not sure what the right choice is anymore. All right. Got to do something.
Indeed.
And I want to buy cards if I can. So let me find somewhere I can buy cards. That's what I'm going to focus on doing.
This game really needs a little chess clock.
A little 30-second timer.
You're just like, all right.
You got to take your move. You're out of luck. Maybe. That's maybe a good idea. Why are there no excellent moves anywhere?
There's nowhere you want to go.
Yeah, there's no where I really want to go. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Drop 1. This isn't quite what I wanted, but it's good enough. 2, 3. So I take these 2 white guys. I can also spend 6. I take these 2 white guys who I'm going to immediately spend to use this djinn's ability.
Okay.
And so they go in the bag, and I get the top 3 djinns.
1, 2, 3.
Let's see what we've got. Ooh, that's bizarre and terrifying.
What do all these ones do?
I have no idea what that does.
Consult the reference sheet.
I probably don't need that, though it seems really fun. So let's see. I've got to choose between. So this one's really funny. It's get gold every time someone gets a djinn.
I think that's kind of like already on your plan.
It seems like it, but
unless another one is.
I'm not sure if that's the best choice in the world. Still, like going a little too heavily into the strategy of just like acquiring djinns might be a little intense. This one is every time a palace is placed, get money.
Interesting.
And this guy is... Oh, I have no idea what he is. Oh, he's spend a slave or an elder and put a palm tree on any oasis.
You should put that in Oasis's eye control.
And I don't... I would take this one. I would take the ability to get put down palm trees, but I'm terrified of the idea that you would... find it worth your time. Like I would get you points, I think.
Yeah, I would like find ways of like
more points for you.
I will also have control of this oasis.
And the sad part is this one's worth the most points, so I kind of want to take it anyways.
How much more is it worth?
It's worth 2 more points than the other 2 djinn.
Yeah, but you'll get that with the ball or whoever it is.
Moncreer, I think maybe every time a palace is placed.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna say, you'll definitely get 2 gold coins out of the first guy.
Oh, out of the.
Oh, but
the
he's
djinns.
worth much. He's worth much fewer than the other ones.
Yeah. Huh. Let's see. No palaces have gone down at all.
Nope.
And there's several palace tiles already empty, so maybe we're not going to actually see that many palaces this game. But I can put down palaces on purpose if I want to. So many choices. I think I'm going to go ahead and buy this
Jeopardy
guy. All right, I'm taking the gold coins for...
Oxterbeck's still doing Jeopardy, right?
Yes, he is. I'm taking the gold coins for palaces.
He's just going to do it forever. All
There
right,
we go.
gold coins for
Let's
palaces.
go to discard.
All right. So that's the end of that round. So we refill resources.
Yes.
Refill gem.
Oh, sorry. I need to spend 6 to buy resources. That's easy, though.
I have no idea what those ones do.
I'm buying this.
We're seeing a lot more djinn this time than we did before.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we all knew what the djinns did
Oh.
first time we played this game.
So this one lets you just take control of tiles for
okay.
an elder and then either an elder and a slave, and then what's the last one? When placing a palace, you may drop it on any neighboring tile instead.
Oh, interesting.
Is that last guy. Who's also worth 10.
Yeah, that's a lot.
All right, John. Well, I guess, did you refill the resources?
No, I didn't refill the resources. I was deciding which ones I wanted. You've got a lot of resources over there.
What are you talking about? There's like nothing here.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. I know you. I'm gonna refill the resources now.
Okay.
All right. And I've got first bid.
Ooh, gems.
Yeah, for real. Okay, I want to bid 5.
You want to bid 5. I am going to use my first and bid 8.
Okay.
And then on my second, we'll bid 1.
Okay.
And it's back to you.
And I'm gonna bid 3.
Okay. So I'm up first.
Just so that you don't get to go twice.
I know what I want to do. I just need to find the tile that lets me do it.
I'm curious to see what this could be.
All right. What are the tiles that let me do this? So there's that one. I mean, I'll narrow. So what I'm trying to do is I want to get one of the 6 markets so I can buy both the ivory and the gems.
And the gems.
So we have the big market is here. There's a big market here. There's a big market here. I think that's all of them, right?
I think so.
All right. So this is probably the most.
Yeah, if you can get a blue on that.
So I could get a blue here and collect. It's actually not that many, although I could expend some of the slaves that I have in my hand to
make it better.
Mm-hmm. Or if I can get blue here, I can assassinate that guy and just take control of that. But I have to give you monies.
You would have to give me monies.
Hmm.
But doesn't it sound like fun to give me monies?
That's probably still the best move on the board, though, for what I want to do this turn. Because if I want to buy that stuff, yeah. All right. How do I get to there with an assassins? There's a bunch of them. I'd like to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of really big piles on the board with assassins in them right now.
Yeah. 1, 2. That's probably just it then.
What are you doing?
So let's do yellow. Red. White. Red. Oops. All right. So we're going to pick up these 3 assassins.
Okay.
We will strike from the shadows.
Okay.
Over here. So we're going to kill this guy.
So when Justin uses an assassin to kill the last guy on a tile, he gets to claim it with a camel.
Yep.
I also get
Put our camel
2
here.
gold coins because he killed somebody with an assassin.
So these guys all go back to the bag. And then we'll reveal our grand plan, which was to spend 6.
buy
We're gonna buy the ivory and those gems.
ivory and gems, and I'm pretty sure that means you must be closing in on a huge match.
Pretty close. He's not bad. More money over there. All right, and it's over to you.
Okay.
Although I wish more of my camels were in the center of the board rather than like way over on the sides.
Yeah, they are kind of hard to place on. Or hard for me to have any.
Well, and we've also like cleared out a bunch of those tiles over there too.
Right. So I'm gonna drop there, there, and there. I'm gonna take these 3 white ones, and I'm gonna use the tile action to spin 2 white to buy the one that lets you place palaces adjacent
Wherever you want.
Instead. And these go in the bag, and then
back to the bag.
I'm gonna immediately spin
Your last vizier.
My last vizier, or my last
Or
elder and a slave to buy another gin off the top 3. I am making mint off of this gin's ability.
3.
It's just way too good to pass up.
So those 2 have gone.
So I've got a Ibis, which is 2 kills with an assassin when I use an assassin. I've got Kumarbi, which is a bunch of things I don't understand.
When
bidding. Oh, it's each slave you discard decreases the cost of turn order, and Uruk, which is spend an elder and take control of a 1 tile with only meeples on it. So I'm just gonna take the one that's worth the most. I'm just gonna take Iblis.
Just keep taking the points.
Yeah.
All right, then it's back to you again.
Okay. And these guys go to discard. I'm going to deck the gins. How about that?
Probably are. There's not that many left.
I'm going to go
before the end of this
game. It's me again, right?
Indeed.
Okay. So let me figure out how to do the thing that I want to do real quick. This should be straightforward. I won't quite do it. Okay, so I'm gonna take these guys.
No, damn it!
Did you want them?
That was.
I had no idea.
That's like crap.
That's hilarious. And assassinate.
Get a gold coin.
Get gold coin for assassinating. That's pretty fun. Assassinate off this guy.
Kills him.
Put down a camel. And he goes in there.
Interesting.
Right now, if I had a slave or an elder, I could discard it to get 2 kills. But I don't, so I won't. But I'm gonna spend 5 coins and buy 2 from the market. 2 from the first 6.
Okay. Oh, so you're also.
Let's see. I think I should just take these.
Pottery and fish.
Pottery and fish. Seems pretty straightforward. Maybe I should take a slave. I am going to take that slave. I've just got so many things fueled by them that it would be foolish for me not to, I think. All right.
Let's see.
I took your move.
Yeah, I was like planning out a move based on those guys.
I'm not sorry.
Now they're gone.
I'm not sorry at all.
All right. We are doing... What are we doing?
Yeah, it really is a take. You just have to take it turn to turn and just do something you think looks good.
It's like this move probably does things. I know what I want to do. Now I just need to figure out a move that gets me there. That one doesn't.
So what are you trying to do?
All right, I have it. So we're gonna pick these guys up.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to. How do we want to do this? That guy there. Assassin. Green guy. Yellow guy. Assassin guy. All
okay.
Right, so the assassin.
Oh, very nice.
Going to kill this guy.
Okay.
And then we're going to put a palm tree there.
Palm tree goes down.
Put some camels out.
Camels go out.
And you also get paid for.
I do get paid
me
for you assassinating. Well, I like this getting paid for assassinations thing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because it's like my default move is to try to look for like where I can claim 2 spaces for my djinn here. So I end up assassinating a lot of guys. All right, and then that's the end of that round. So we're back to
yes.
So this refills.
This refills. Who is it?
I don't think I've seen one with this many pictures on it.
It's got everything you could ever want.
All right, what does she do? It also makes sense that hers is like the actual paragraph on the back of this. Each time your assassin kill a merchant, draw 1 resource card from the top of the pile. A builder, take a gold coin that builders would have taken. A vizier or an elder, place it in front of you instead of killing it.
So she's like a thief.
I guess that makes sense. She's kind of got like a Kopesh kind of looking sword.
Yeah.
All right, John.
You're bid first.
I'm back up
first. Yeah.
That's right.
You gotta decide.
Where's your money pile? That's the one right there.
It's these 2.
Yeah. I'm gonna bid 5.
Okay.
What? Now you get to double bids.
I bid twice in a row now.
Yep. It's now you're in like the awkward position of how much do you want to prioritize?
I'm just gonna take 3 and 1.
3 and 1.
Yep.
How valuable is it for me to set things up? Probably. Yeah, give me 2 back. I'll pay for the 8.
Okay. Wow. Here's 2.
2.
All right, it's all you.
Yep. So we will go here, collect these 2 guys, put a palm tree.
I see what you're doing.
Now we just need to get here with assassins, which is probably this move.
That's easy, yeah.
Or all right, and then these 2 assassins will kill. Which one's more valuable to you? Actually, which one's going to have foot traffic at this point? They can go 2 away, or they can go
smart.
3 away. Decisions. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna kill this guy.
Okay.
So we get. Did you already put the palm tree down there?
I did.
And there should be another one there. So I landed there twice. Because there was 2 to start.
Wait, what? There were 2, and you went there. You ended your turn there.
Yeah, yeah. But I entered my turn there a second time as
okay.
well.
So
Yeah.
Put another palm tree.
Yeah. We get paid out for our palm trees.
We're palming.
Yep. Did you get your money for the assassins?
I did.
Okay. And then those are my 2 turns.
Okay. Wow. That was interesting. You did not do what I thought you would do. So I am very curious about that. Obviously.
I have the most oases of oases.
Yeah. They're very oasified.
Also, we need to start taking some positions on the side of the board.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get paid for your gins.
Yeah.
You really got to figure that out, I guess. Pretty early on. Well, you took away some of the moves I wanted to do, which is really interesting. You shifted the board state a little weird. Okay. You know what needs to happen?
I don't know. More assassinating?
Palaces need to happen.
No, that's what I've been trying to keep you from happening.
Palaces in this beautiful world.
I've been trying to like vacate palace tiles,
right,
so that there was less opportunities.
I'm sure you were.
There were no palaces being placed so far, and I was happy.
Okay, let's see. Where are all the palaces? There's a palace over there, and there's one here and here. I think that's all 3 of them. Yeah, it is.
There's one over here too.
Oh, there's one all the way down there. Okay. Well, let's see if we can't change that. Nobody likes an empty palace. So I'm going to drop, what have I got? I've got a green, got a blue, white, and then green. So this is 3 merchants. I'm going to take the first 3 cards. Less than ideal because 2 of those are the same, and you only get rewarded for goods that don't match. But that's fine. I can wait.
Or you can potentially make like multiple matches at the end of the game.
Yeah, that's true. I got the slave. So that ends up putting a palm tree, Justin.
Ah,
I know. You're excited.
I love me some palm trees.
You want it. You know you want that palm tree. Okay, now I got to figure out my other move, which I'm not sure what to do with. Okay, actually, I think I know. Okay, I'm going to do this. Yellow, yellow, blue.
Damn.
So this is
That
8 points immediately. And then I get to place a palace. It's exciting.
Oh, but you get to place it wherever you want.
If
Or
I could
adjacent to.
spend a slave to place it anywhere adjacent if I wanted.
It's not going to do you any good right there. You need
That's
to
true.
Place it next to you.
Got to put it somewhere good. Yeah, I'm going to put it on me.
All right.
I'm going to put it where I already am. And I'm going to spin this guy to do it. And I'm also going to get a coin for putting palace on the board. Great.
Woo, buddies. That was both of yours, right?
That was both mine.
Okay. Then we're back to... Oh, so the resources refill. And we're back to bidding.
We are back to bidding. And you bid twice. It's all you right now. That's pretty interesting. You're doomed.
Grumbled.
You can't win.
I can't win.
I will win.
I'm going to bid 5 and then 3.
Okay. I'm going to bid... Oh. Well. Is there a move that's so awesome that I can't possibly give it up?
I don't know.
It's so hard to decide. Okay. I'm going to bid 8.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bid 0.
All right. You're up
All
first.
right. I've got one go, and then Justin's field day begins. So
Yay, Fields.
I'm taking this pile all the way over here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm assassinating this guy right here. Well, Oh. I'm going to spend a slave to double assassinate
Oh, I see.
this tile.
Cheat.
Seems like a great idea.
No.
Especially because Justin said shit after I've said we do it. Now I'm really happy about
Why
that.
would you do that?
So
Why would you do that, John?
Get my camel on.
That seems terrible.
Till the break of camel dawn.
I have to reevaluate.
And so what else? I could sell for coins if I wanted to. I could. I think I'm good. I think that's my actions for that turn.
Let's see here. That's you.
Oh, I did a bad job. Camel tree goes on that.
Yay, trees. I love trees. Huh. I think what we're going to do is do this the way I want. That doesn't help me. So we're going to go.
Interesting. Okay.
Pick up these blue guys, which is 2 times 1, 2, 3, 4.
So 8 points.
8.
Okay. That's 8 points.
And then I'm going to immediately spend 6 of that to buy 2.
Okay.
From the first 6.
But you don't have silks or grain, do you?
No, I have grain.
Oh, you're buying silks and a slave then. Okay.
Yep. So that's our first turn. And then...
So right now, I see several good moves that I really want to take, but I just have to wait. This suspense is killing me of what Justin is gonna do.
What do I do?
Yes, no, he's not gonna do that. He's got something else he wants to do. I think it's interesting that you haven't been going on little sprees of just putting people on your own tiles to get money.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been trying to like
Figure out
try
a
to
way to
plan
do.
some moves like that as well, but like, there's just been other little things that keep coming up that may be like how you're supposed to play when you have her. Well,
Oh, interesting. Okay.
yellow.
Okay.
So another palm tree.
Palm tree goes on, and your little thing goes on.
Camel. All right, back to you.
Okay, so Justin did screw up what I wanted to do a little bit.
Ha.
Though I was going to do it very differently, which I think is interesting. So now I've got to figure out a different strategy. Got to do a lot of counting. I know I want to do something weird with this end of the board, but I'm not sure what the best way to get where I want is.
Well, there's always this giant pile.
Yeah,
that pile can pretty much go anywhere on the map
that pile
right now.
can go basically anywhere if you want to get there. It just can't necessarily like do weird double stack ups or anything crazy like that that I'd like to be able to do. Okay. Let's see if we can't make ourselves some money. Gotta look at what trade goods I have to make sure I'm getting the good kinds of matches, not the bad kinds. All right.
So we're actually starting to get it seems like we're getting very close to the end point.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of moves
definitely are
left on the board. I'm rapidly running out of camels too.
Yeah. And that's more actually at this point, that's a little something that I'm afraid of is like you're getting really close to being out of camels, and there's starting to be not that many good moves
camels
left. And so I want to make sure that I'm maximizing, getting the best I can out of everything I'm doing.
Yeah, the last couple moves of the game. Like there's just so many more palm trees on this map.
Yeah.
Else.
All right, so I'm gonna pick up this giant pile.
I'm gonna go wherever I want.
And I'm exactly gonna go wherever I want. So I'm gonna put out.
Am I gonna get some money?
This little white thing. No, I'm avoiding you on
You're gonna
purpose.
go around?
Yeah, I'm gonna go around you
It's not very nice.
as elaborately as I can.
I haven't finished the wall with pink camels
Yeah,
yet.
you need to
So that you no longer like have
like a
any
wall across the middle of the board or something like that, so that no one can do any shenanigans to you. Let's see. Wait. 3. Four. Oh, dang. I did my math bad. Okay. 3. Uh-oh. 1, 2.
Can't get to where you want to be.
I can't get to where I want to be, so I'm going to have to go through you.
Ha. Give me that money. That cold, hard monies.
Okay, so I'm backtracking.
All the coins.
I'm picking up.
Yep.
So how many do you get when I drop 2 coins every time I drop on you?
Yeah, what's the big problem?
I can't. I actually just it's hilarious. I have 6, and I simply can't get to where I want to go.
Because you want to go here.
Because I want to go here.
Oh, you want to get there. Okay.
I want to put a green there, and get some free stuff before the game's over. But that's just not an option. So I'm gonna rework what I was doing.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm fine with this. And I'm gonna go.
How's everything going now?
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Right.
So you get a palace there.
So I take this.
Oh, and then I get 2 here.
Yeah, you get 2 coins.
Give me the coins. Thank you.
I take these guys. Palace goes here.
And then you're going to make
And I'm not going to move it.
a second move.
But I am gonna... What am I supposed to be doing? Oh, I'm going to buy a gin.
Okay.
From the top 3.
Hey, you haven't run the deck out yet.
I haven't. I stopped buying after a little while.
Look, there's only 3 left. You have to...
This is a guy that just straight turns gins into goods. Or slaves into goods. This is a guy that does something crazy. Oh, wow. This guy is spend a slave or an elder to draw 3 meeples from the bag and place them on an empty tile. And this is Echidna, who doubles the amount of gold coins that builders get during a turn.
Jeez.
None of these are particularly useful at the moment, except for maybe this guy. He's just worth the most, so I'm taking Siowar, so I can just turn slaves into a good card off the top of the deck.
Okay.
There's that. Probably should have taken that guy who gives you
money for buying
gins in the end. I've bought
like
3 gins since then, so it would have been.
That was built to you?
No, that was my last turn, so this is actually the top of the round again.
Oh yeah, because you were that. All right. So we have to refill a little bit of the resources.
Yeah, we do. So there's.
I keep forgetting what color I am because there's only 2.
Yeah.
Come on, something good.
Nope, nothing you want.
No.
And
bidding.
And it's my bid. And I don't know that I want to actually spend that much money at this point anymore. So I'm just gonna bid 3.
You're gonna bid.
I'm gonna bid 3 and see what you do.
I'm gonna bid 1 and then 0.
Okay.
Continue to throw my money across.
Now I'm going to peek around and see if I see anything great to do that I really want to go first for.
Well, while John is doing that, it looks like a couple of people have joined us and are asking what we're doing. We're the Escapist Magazine. I'm Justin Klaus. I'm the senior video editor here. We have John Bolding, who is our tabletop editor, and we're playing a game called Five Tribes, which is all about collecting points and then trying to use your points to collect more points.
It's true.
It has a very like Middle Eastern aesthetic. They're all like viziers and assassins, and there's all these jinn that you can control that have special powers.
Magic jinn powers.
So we're getting close to the end of the game.
Yeah, we really are.
And then we're going to pull out the amazing score sheet, which is...
Yes, we are. Okay, so where am I? Okay. Yeah, it's going to score soon. Do you want to re-intro how the game's played?
Sure. So basically on your turn... so first you're going to bid for your turn order, which is an own little... like its own little
I bid 5 in the end.
You bid 5, so you want to go twice?
Yes, I do.
And then you'll pick up a pile of guys, and then you can you'd have to drop one guy along the way, and then you're basically looking for matches at the end point.
Right. So I'm gonna drop 1, 2, 3.
So I get coins again.
You get 2 coins.
2 coins. Yep. For
2 coins.
You coming through my territory.
And I'm gonna drop. This is assassin. 2 assassins. 2 squares away. Spin to slave. My most precious, most hoarded, lastest slave.
So you're going to kill those 2 guys?
To kill these 2 elders.
Also put a camel there.
And put a camel there as well. And a palace goes on the board there, and I get a coin for that.
Okay. So that was turn 1.
It's turn 1 of 2. Let's get more camels on the board.
Camels.
That is the whole goal here right now.
And then there were camels.
Oh, what was I supposed to? How was I supposed to do this? I had a whole plan here, and now I just can't even remember what it was. Oh, now I sort of remember it. I screwed it up. I had a sweet plan, and now I ruined it.
And now it's not even anything.
Which is a story about my life. Oh, so sad. Okay.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's right.
Why would you do that?
So I'm going to take, that's 4 merchants. So I'm going to take the first 4.
I also put a palm tree over here.
Put a palm tree down. Take the first 4.
Although I think it's kind of impopossible to even... I don't know this guy.
Yeah, there's a way to get to it, actually. I weighed this very heavily because I was like, I'm going to give Justin a bunch of points for that palm tree. Because I figured you'd go after it. Take the first 4. All right. And I'm going to use Djinn ability to turn this slave into a good card off the top of the deck. How many times can I use a Djinn ability in a turn?
I don't know. You have to consult the rules.
My gut says once. Seems a little cheesy. Maybe not.
Well, while you're
I'm going to consult the rules.
I'm going to think
Go
about
ahead and think about what you're going to do.
My turn's going to be. Yeah, that actually, unfortunately, did some...
I tried to cause as much chaos as possible, actually. It was sort of one of my goals there. Well, what are you thinking, Justin? Tell us how you've got 2 turns in a row here.
Yeah.
To make some.
I think we have to.
Hay. Yeah.
I don't think there's any way to not do this one because we'll get a palm tree. Can you pass me one of the oases?
So you're actually about to empty the supply of them if you put a couple more on the board for the end.
And then our second turn.
Okay, so you can only use Djinn powers that cost something once a turn.
Okay, that makes sense.
Does make sense, even if it makes me sad.
Unfortunately, what I really want to do, I don't think there even really exists an ability to do it. Let's see if there's any way I can set it up. You just get paid whenever palaces hit the board, right?
Yeah.
What does that
whenever at all
do? Let's see here. So we would.
I think. Well, I have no idea who's winning right now. Actually.
All right.
I think it might be you, but I can't really tell because you're running out of money.
I aggressively spend my money in this game. I ended the last game with basically like no money in my bank as well. We're gonna go here.
There's a green on that tile too.
Oh, sorry. Where were we? We were like this, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I can't do what I wanted to do then. No.
Sorry, I hate to do that to you.
No, that's fine. You have to keep me to actual legal moves.
You could go there.
No, palaces are bad. No one likes palaces.
Palaces are your friends.
So it was like this, right?
It was like that.
Okay,
yeah.
just want to make sure. All right, then we want to get to.
I almost did the same thing earlier. You get such incredible tunnel vision playing this game.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I want to really get to this spot, and you just
and you see the right color, and you're just like, that's it. Yeah, you
like,
go for it.
And you're just like, no, that's not how this game works.
You can't do that.
Huh. See, now that move before may have like screwed me a little bit. Like it's like, oh, I suddenly want to like do something different.
Yeah.
Actually, just not a lot of legal moves left anymore.
There's a few. There's just not a lot of really, really attractive ones.
Yeah. It doesn't really do anything for me. All right, so we're gonna have to redo our thinking. Can you hand me that big pile of 4?
I can.
Yeah.
It's like the last really good move left on the board. What do you
Let's
use it
go.
wisely, Justin? Don't squander its amazing potential.
Green.
Okay.
Green.
Okay.
Yellow, so I get 1 gold.
Okay.
And then I guess we're just gonna go here.
Interesting.
And we don't get to use these for anything else, so
Okay.
we're gonna pump up this modifier a little bit. So 2, and then
It's what? There's 1.
yeah, it's just 1. Yeah.
So it's.
I was trying to set up a much better turn for
6
that.
points.
No, it'll be 10 in total because the modifier is 1 plus 4 times 2, right?
No. So
no, that does not work the way I
slaves
want it
add
to.
to the number of builders.
Oh, that does not work the way I want it to then. All right, let me. We may have to go back. All right, wait. So this is like this.
It's the greens.
Yeah, what I was really trying to do was like set up a blue turn over here where I could then like spend a whole bunch of slaves, but
yeah, you
it's
may
just
not
really like not on the board anymore.
Yeah, I kind of I went after I cleared that area of blues early.
Mm-hmm.
Though here later in the game I may have been happier.
Yeah, like happier like getting it now. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, this would have been great.
No, you don't want him in the end?
Smacking the microphone there, chat. Or everybody on.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, this is like every time you like see like, oh, this move's gonna be perfect, and you're like, oh wait, never mind.
Yeah.
This is not so great.
You make up a good reason not to take it.
All right. I guess in that case, then just go ahead and move that yellow vizier
This
over one. Yeah.
There? Okay.
I'll
Two
take those
viziers.
two, and then I'll place my camel. Oh no, it doesn't already. Yeah, the camel
just
doesn't
got the
place. Sorry.
assassin left.
All right, that's over to you.
Huh. Now I'm not sure quite what to do. Oh no, that was your second turn. We're back
Yeah, that
to
was my
back to bid, I think.
So we're back to
Are we?
here. Yep. Yeah, because I moved here because you set that up, and then that was my second turn.
Was that my second turn? I have no idea what I did this round.
You went here, and then you did something down there as well.
I did some shenanigans over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eat your bids.
I'm at 3.
5 and 3. I'll just bid 1 or 0 and 0.
Okay. I should have thought of that.
5 and 3. All right, I will bid nothing and nothing.
Probably should have bid 3 and 1. No one said I was very smart. That was never a claim that I made.
There is actually like a whole very interesting dynamic about this game in 2-player versus multiple people.
There really is.
It's added a whole different wrinkle to this that I did not necessarily expect. Like, I think we picked up on like the whole like, oh, double movement, but like it makes bidding very weird as well because you get into these odd little like not bidding wars.
Not bidding wars where you don't want to bid.
Yeah, there was been several times where it's like, oh, what I really wanted to do was like have them more staggered more often, but like it just didn't come up kind of in the cards because it was more beneficial to like take a second turn.
Right.
But it actually hurts you kind of on the backswing because then you're forced to like bid twice in a row.
I absolutely agree with that. Okay.
All right, John, where are you gonna make some?
Here and here. Doing that.
Put in the palace.
Taking these first two guys.
Oh, we're supposed to fill that up a little bit more.
Didn't fill it up.
So there should be 4 more basically.
Yeah. Nothing anyone wants though.
Nope, nothing goods. If only you could trade.
If only you could trade.
I will give you 4 slaves for some spices.
Okay, so that was that space, which I emptied. So palace goes on it. Camels goes on it. Palace went down, so I get a point. Boop. And
I have placed no palaces. You get no 2 points from me.
That's true. You have managed to not ever.
We're actually like very, perhaps even a little too much worried about like
giving the other person
the tiny
a
like
point.
2 points for these things. You're
Actually,
just like, no, I don't ever want to give you any points.
I've made a lot of decisions just like, I'll just put a tree down. Just putting down a palm tree, even though I know it's probably
like
going to be 5 points
up.
for you.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, it's whatever. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it's an oasis. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm just ready to give up those points if I have to. Let's see. What was my next move?
I've heard really good things about Bang Chat. I hang out with a group of guys at our local gaming shop. It's come up a couple times. I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet. Have you ever played Bang?
I have played Bang.
Is it good?
Bang, it's a really social game. Like I enjoy that aspect of it. I say if you like social games where you screw over your friends, Bang is a great game.
Yeah, okay. Then I can see why it appeals to the group that
do not in fact ever get any of the non-original Bang Bangs, because the themed ones are
all just terrible.
Bizarre at best and terrible at worst. Like
okay.
There's a bunch of them that are just like themed Bang, and it's literally the original game just with a different theme, but it'll be like the Walking Dead Bang.
Yeah.
And you'll be the characters who like all work together screwing each other
but
over.
Are also like backstabbing each other.
Yeah, and there's just no addition. There's no like thematic mechanical change. And then some of the ones that are do have like a mechanical change are just terrible. So that is my last word, I guess, on Bang. Sorry, I want to use my Gen Power to draw a resource.
All right. So then you are.
And what else?
That was your first turn, right? That was
my first turn.
Okay.
Now my second turn. Oh, this is a hard choice. I think this is the best thing to do. I don't see somewhere to get a palace. I was trying to find some way to do it, but there's just not.
Can you not like make a little
there's no
loop there?
Over it. You need 5 to make any kind of a loop. Otherwise, I would be totally doing it. Trust me. All right. Oh, man, we're so rapidly running out of playable spaces.
Indeed. I mean, there's still that 4 down there.
There's that 4 drop, but everything I can see with the 4 drop is like, I don't want to hand it to you.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, somebody's going to be forced into having to, like, make moves with that.
Yeah. They absolutely are. Though maybe I should take it. Just so that you have to
like.
Well, what I want to do is so I could take it and I could put a yellow as the first drop on either one. So that at some point, one of the last legal moves is going to have to be put a palace on the board. Right?
It's just like, you must do this.
You must do the thing that I want you to. Mm-hmm. But if I let you take it, you're obviously not going to do that, right? You're going to try and keep that move off the board. But the other move that I see is pretty good, so I kind of just want to take the other move. I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to let you do whatever final shenanigan you can get away with, and I'm going to take this.
No, I don't want you to do that.
Doing that. Taking these 2 builders. Playing out these 3 slaves.
Yeah, see, that was the same move I wanted to make, which was like, get all of these slaves out of my hand.
20 points. Which is a hell of a lot of points.
Yeah.
And that empties that tile too. So put a camel on it. All right.
Well, at this point...
and that was my 2 moves. Right?
Yes. Yep.
That wasn't my first move. That was my second move.
So there's literally nothing over here. There's like nothing here. So what are the legal moves over here? So it's like yellow... green, blue.
Yeah.
That's it. So I'm like forced to make the bad move that I didn't want to make a turn ago.
I think so.
And then so the best course is then to do something like yellow, like green. It's actually no, it's there. So it's like yellow, green, blue, and then just green again. I think that's it.
I think your best choice is to do yellow, green, blue.
Yeah, I don't know. Does this give you a bunch of points here? Because you're in control here.
Green, blue.
Really? Because wouldn't it be like yellow, green?
Well, you've got 2 turns in a row right now.
Yeah, so like basically
you should go over your own.
And basically
right.
what I'm trying to do is set up another green on one of these turns.
I don't think it's possible.
Yeah, it is, because it would just be yellow, green, green, blue, and then I take green onto green again.
Oh.
That's what I was trying to.
Then you could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we have to do. All right. So we're going to pick up these guys here. And I guess it doesn't make a difference because there won't be any other legal moves on the board. I think.
Right.
So green, green,
blue.
Blue. Unfortunately, we're forced to do this awkward thing where we don't really get all that much out of this, but something's better than nothing.
6.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a sad move to get stuck with.
Yeah. Well, the other thing what I really wanted to do was before was trying to get this guy, which just let you take like empty spaces.
Get your point.
I get my point.
Yeah.
And then those guys can all go back, and then our last move will be.
I should have, I guess, in the end, taken that guy that returns people to the board so that I could
green, and we put another palm tree there.
Do some screwing around. Oh, let's see. One of the second to last palm trees. Wow. And you take two
take
slaves.
2.
Have fun.
Lives.
They're all yours.
Somebody said this game reminds them of Eve. Tons of time spent to build up and 10 seconds of super intense action.
Yep.
There's definitely been some turns where it's just like, well, shit, you did the move
what
that
do
I wanted to do.
That was your second move. So now we're back to bid, right? And there's literally only one legal move left.
Where's there a legal
It's right
move
here.
Oh, yeah, because you get to do that.
Yeah. But is that move worth the points to me?
Yeah, I guess now it's like, how much do you actually want to spend on that move?
Yeah, like, do I want to make...
Oh, and you're first, like, you're forced to go.
I have to decide
first.
whether... Okay,
how much are you...
Let's just do the math, right?
Okay.
That's the easiest way to do this. If I take this space, it'll be worth...
5
plus... It'll be worth 15.
Another palace.
Yeah.
And then you get a little bit more for a palace coming out.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pay 12.
You're gonna pay 12.
Right? So this way, like, if you actually decide to...
So you paid 12.
If you pay 18 to take it, you'll be in the black 3 points.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah, there's no reason. So
Yeah,
I'll just
bid
zero.
And I'll obviously bid 0.
Or no, so you have to bid 0 first, and then...
Yeah, I'll bid 0 with the second one.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. There's only one move left.
So I'm taking the last move. 2 yellows. Okay. I take the yellows. And put out a palace. I get a point for palace coming out.
Woo!
Put a camel on it. And I think that's game. I don't see any legal moves. So that's definitely game.
I think so.
Okay, so...
Now,
Give me a pencil.
Get you a pencil.
So we can do the...
Yes.
Yeah,
so you'll have to hold that up to the camera.
Here's the freaking score sheet for this ridiculous game. Yeah, it's a really funny thing that there's so much bizarre interaction, I guess. Like...
Yeah, I mean, and that's definitely what I was talking about earlier with regards to like how this does have the potential to frustrate certain kinds of players.
Right.
It's like the scoring is so arcane that it's very hard to know how well you're doing in relation to someone else.
Exactly.
So like right now, I have no actual idea of whether or not it's me or John that's winning.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I know that like he has more points in Jin than I do. I have more viziers than him, which also means I have the majority.
Which is more
and then like I know how
extra
much my
points.
match is worth.
Yeah.
But like
it's
there's definitely like a surprise element of like, oh, I guess
totally.
I won.
Yeah. Okay, so
we'll
straight money is the first point count.
Guess what? I don't have a lot.
I thought that was going to be true.
I spent all of my money super fast. I guess my thought process is usually like, even if you're taking a small deficit on like the points that you would be making
Right.
early, like it's better to deny those points to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm willing to like spend 8 points to get 5 points so that you can't get 5 points for 0 points.
Right. I completely agree with you there.
And I think that's something that some people might initially trip up on.
My early game strategy for this has just been make as much money as quickly as you can. Like take all the things that make money.
I think, later in the game, I was definitely not super thrilled with how much money I had towards the end because I was trapped in like I couldn't contest any like spots that I really wanted to anymore.
Totally. How much?
So I have 6, 7, 8, 13.
Wow. Okay, so I had 45.
Yeah,
coins
so like
left.
my 13 coins. It's just like nothing. All right, what was the next one?
The next one is Viziers.
I so have you beat on Viziers.
I think you probably do.
So I have
4 points of Viziers.
it's 1 for each one. So I have 8 plus 10 for having
you have more than
a majority.
Me. So 18.
Indeed.
All right. All right. So Elders. Do you have any Elders?
I have 3 still left at the end here.
So you have 6 points in Elders. I have 0. I spent all the Elders I ever got on getting more crap.
More gens.
More gens. Which for the most part is either a wash or a gain, like in points.
Yeah.
You're really incentivized to buy gens when you can.
Yeah, I think the lowest ones are 4s.
So you are automatically making
you
points.
you just gain
unless maybe if
ability.
you spent a slave that you had paid for,
Something
it would be
like
a
that.
negative
It would be
point,
a little bit.
Okay, so this is now the next category is points in gens. So
I wonder who's winning.
you have 14 points of gens.
You have 14 points of gens in like 2 of them.
Well, that's how it is. 20 plus 36, 42 points of gens. I don't know.
All right.
I think the only way to ever do that would be to get this this guy that just lets you buy.
Just do like,
which is great. I mean, doing this once, I now just want to do it.
Just every time
forever.
he comes up,
Yeah,
it's like
every
I'm
time
always
comes
buying
up,
this guy.
That's
so
what I want. Okay, camels. So this is just pure camel points.
Oh, so it's like the actual
just the value of the tile. So the tiles themselves have a value and a number here in the upper corner. If you guys can see that, that might be a bad shot for you. Where that number is just how much having a camel on that tile is worth.
So you just want to go down the left. So I'm at 8, 12, 20, 28, 38, 38 plus 15 is 53 and 61.
61. Did you count this 12?
Oh, no, I missed that one. 61 plus 12, 73.
Okay. That is a lot. You took most of the most valuable spaces on the board, I think.
Yeah.
So let's see what I ended up with.
So we're 5, 4, 9, 8, 17. That's a 6, right? Okay. Yeah, it's upside down. 23, 31. This one's yours. 35. Another 5. Oh, we actually did leave one upside down.
40.
40, and then 45.
45, okay. It's 45 to 73. Okay, so palm trees. You have Harvai, right? Harvayage.
Yes.
Which means you get 5 instead of 3 points for palm trees.
I actually have control of all the palm trees. I have
you are on every space with palm
1,
trees.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Wow.
55.
55 points of palm trees. I, meanwhile, am on 6, 7. So 21 points of palm trees for me.
I am the vizier of the Oasis.
You are the palm king. So now
I have no palaces.
Palaces. So I'm on all the palaces.
Yep. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So palaces are worth 5 points each. So 25 for me, 0 for Justin. Okay, so now goods cards. I have 3 matches of 1, which is obnoxious.
4, 5. I have a match of 7.
Okay, so how many points is that worth?
I have 40.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
And I have a match of 5.
And slaves are just worth nothing at the end. Right?
Slaves are just with nothing at the end.
Wow.
Social commentary, Justin.
Oh,
That's social commentary for bad people who have slaves.
they poor valuable slaves.
Those of us who had slaves and then sacrificed them to dark gods over here.
Dark gods for coins.
We did the right thing. And
Mr. Jin.
I had a match of 5, which is worth 21, and then I had 3 matches of 1, which are worth 1
each.
24.
Yeah, so the merchandise sale thing, I don't know, I can try and hold this up, but you'll see it's like a little exponential curve that levels off. So your a match of 1 gets you 1, a match of 2 gets you 3, and then it kind of like goes up the line where like 4 is 13, 5 is 21, and then when you hit 6, you just do like 30, 40, 50, and 60. So you have like this incentive to like get a big match of merchandise.
Okay.
No. Before you calculate the second one, I just want to like see the paper.
You just want to look at
I
it?
just want to like see and like what my like just guess based on these numbers is. So like you have me solidly beat in coins and gin, but nowhere. Oh, and then castles.
You've got me beat in quite a few categories.
And then by like.
But the interesting thing is that the categories where you beat me, I have a handful of points.
Yeah, I'm guessing I may have lost this one.
All right,
just based on
that's the guess, but let's find out what the truth is.
What the actual math is.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what the spread is as well. Because last time we had a very like it was very close to like
you took me hard.
Oh, did I?
No. Okay, you won by 13 points.
Oh, okay.
I won with I had 206. You had 219. So this is sad because it literally came down to the time that I gave you 2 palm trees.
Oh, like over here? Yeah.
Oh man, I shouldn't have done that. Building.
I'm the palm king. All of
You're
these
the
palms.
palm king. Wow, so that was a really close game.
Yeah, like that was even smaller spread than our last game, which was like a pretty like
20,
almost
20,
exactly
20
like 20 points
players.
in between everybody. Yeah, this is like I liked the 2-player dynamic a lot in this.
I think I might have liked it more than the.
Yeah, it seemed like it introduced a couple more wrinkles into it.
Yeah.
I think there's aspects where more players were certainly fun with this.
Right.
Because you weren't as... There was definitely some problems where, like, you were, like, required to, like, make 2 turns in a row.
Yeah.
Or, like, I got to make a bunch of turns. And, like, it was a little bit easier when we were playing with 3 people just to be like, okay, you know, now I get to make a turn, and now I get to make a turn.
This is definitely one of those games where if I were playing it at home, I would be listening to music and stuff in the background, right?
Yeah.
With 2 players specifically, because there are more than a few moments of intense, like, okay, sorry everybody, I just need to think. Just give me 10 minutes. Let me think. Well,
in that game, like this game is very interesting in that regard. I mean, that's what we've been talking about this entire time. Is like it is a thinking game where like you can strategize and figure out what the best move is.
Right.
But like you're kind of required to do things a little bit ad hoc as well.
Yeah.
So it's a really interesting game. I'm still like I've had fun both times I've played it.
Right.
But I'm still like unsure quite what like my final like thought on it is.
I've been enjoying myself, but I realize I have no idea what's going on while I'm playing. Like I just kind of rough out like, okay, I think my strategy is buy gens and put down palaces, and then like I just kind of go off the rails from there.
Like it's easier to see the threads in other games where like when we played Evolution, where like you actually just made like point farms and you could figure out like I'm making this many points a turn,
right? And
so you know that's going to be worth, you know, and as long as I'm staying ahead of everyone else, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Here you're like, well, I'm gonna go on this gin plan, but like I don't know if that's gonna like
that's worth points.
Yeah. It's definitely it's a fun game to play, but like it's sometimes you feel like you're what happens at the end of the game may be a little bit disassociated from like the turns you actually ended up taking
of the game.
I mean, the last time we played, I was like, I'm just like in dead last. Like I'm just like, and it was like, oh no, you actually got second. Like you passed Tito. And then like this time was like, well, like some of the things didn't go as well. Like I had to like blow all my slaves on like this really crappy turn, but it was like, oh, well, I still came out ahead, you know, by doing certain things. And
I was pretty confident, right? I was like, I think I've got this by a few points. But that, in some ways, that's a sign of a good game, right? Like the unfun thing about other games like Evolution, which we played recently, is just looking at the game and being like, oh, I lost.
Yeah, you're just like, well, you're now,
and then
you're ahead.
There's half an hour of game left, right?
Yeah. Whereas like this, like it's a surprise. You come down to the line, you're just like, well, like I had my fun being like, you know, seeing somebody react to like me seeing the same turn that they did, and they're all upset now, but and then you kind of come down to the line, you're like, all right, well, who actually won this game?
Who won?
We're not really sure. Like,
and it's also there are a few games that are like this for me. Dominion is one of them where I just turns out I don't care in the end who wins. I'm just like, oh, okay, great. Well, I had a lot of fun playing that. So let's move on.
I can see that. Maybe that's the best way to like approach this game is not think about it as much as just like a point game where like you're, you know, actively kind of trying to win, but like you're just kind of having this fun experience, and then like points are just kind of like layered on top of that. I mean, the game definitely is set up to create these like dueling scenarios, like so like the whole bidding thing, like how many of these points do I want to bid, and
so much interactivity for a Euro style like point getting game, which is great
because like every move you're making, every bid that you're taking, which sounds like the intro to some kind of song.
Every move you make, every bid you take. Are we watching you?
Exactly.
There you go.
So you were on my train of thought there, and now I've lost my actual train of thought, which was all the moves you're making in this game are directly affecting other people. And so like you're trying to think about where you want to move your guys and what you kind of want to leave behind.
Which is nice.
Yeah, and I think that's, I guess, how like if you do want to play this game like as a like, all right, I want to like win this game. I think you have to think more about what options you're leaving behind more than like the points that you're making that specific turn.
I agree.
You definitely look for like, where can I make the most points, but you don't want to like leave like, oh, here's this really good move. And then, you know, somebody's just going to pick it up behind me.
I completely agree with that. Well, that was really fun.
Indeed.
We'll do this again. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Absolutely.
We've been the Escapists playing 5 Tribes by Days of Wonder, a board game. We want to stream more board games in the future, so if you have any commentary or anything like that on how this went, please hit us up on Twitter. I'm at Jonathan Bolding.
I'm at Slycen, SLYCNE.
And let us know what you think went well, what we could change to be different. Any kind of feedback you have, we'd really appreciate.
Absolutely.
And if you did enjoy what you saw today, if you're new to our channel, we do a lot of other games, traditional Twitch-style video game streaming, whatever's latest and newest, and we screw around with old games that we love sometimes. And we also play Dungeons & Dragons on Thursdays, which we have a lot of fun with.
Indeed.
And
especially when party members get killed and our lights explode.
Yeah, which happened last time. You can see that on our convenient YouTube channel where everything is archived from our Twitch channel, which is youtube.com/The Escapist Plays or Escapist Plays.
You can also just find stuff in the highlights and the past broadcasts as well.
Absolutely.
I know Paul made a little snippet of just the lights exploding.
Yes.
Well, I guess there's one light, but
it exploded.
It did.
It all the way exploded. I saw the picture you guys took of it later, where it had literally all. Oh yeah,
where it had like blown out a side essentially.
Which is pretty awesome. I've never seen that happen before.
Those tungsten bulbs get really, really hot.
They're my friends. So thanks everybody for tuning in today. We will see you next time.
Yep. Bye everybody.
Dun.